Yo, what's going on YouTube? Today bringing you this one might be a quick one, but kind of figured maybe let's do a simple basic UI for healers, beginner guide. I keep mine simple as is anyways, but before I do, I want to appreciate everybody that's been commenting, that's been subscribing. If you haven't already, please do so. But then also I dropped a brand new Discord. I'll have it in the description below. It's gonna be, kind of like all my disc pre stuff, any updates, YouTube, Twitch. Um, Great place just to kind of connect and build a small community. So again, I appreciate everybody that's been commenting. Yes, there will be a real in-depth advanced guide for Disc Priest. Let's wait until midnight comes out so then I can actually give you a full build and everything going into it. Before this video, like I said, basic UI guide. And maybe keybinds, maybe some add-ons. I keep it very basic, especially with purge of add-ons. So looking here, right, you're obviously going to have S Arena Reloaded. It's a crucial must if you're playing arenas. Right, you can see their class, you can see, their mana, their health, their trinkets, their racial. You can see who's targeting them. That's what these little human little things are. So that's your party, right? This is your team is targeting him. This little circle, that's like if I'm targeting. And then you also have their DRs, and this is huge. This is crucial, especially as you're learning. I'm telling you right now, I'm still learning DRs. And not so much so, but like I'm training my eyes to adjust to it more. Because I'm still relatively pretty new, right? Like I'm not a master. I'm learning to be, I'm trying to be. Uh, I'm kind of up there, but I'm not, so there's a lot going on. But DRs are huge. These are massive. This is where, CC chaining, right? And so being able to track these, especially when you play twos, right? You need to line up a good combo on that healer or, whoever's the off target to be able to kill the kill target, right? And so being able to have these and track these, like red, I'm not going to be able to do anything to them, right? It's just going to be immune. But if it's green, all right, well, the next one's a half. So that's really kind of crucial. Excuse me. You also are going to have mini CCs. Now, mini CC, I personally, I plug this right underneath my S Arena Reloaded. The way that my eyes are working, right side enemy, left side team, right? And so I want to be able to see, oh, they pop combust. I know I need to, do some defensives, get my team prepared for a big burst, right? That's the way that I look at it. This is a great tool. And then also when you look over here, you can see the CCs of your team, who CC'd, dispels, things like that. This is my UI. I keep my bars. I stack them 6 high. Other people like Peekaboo and like Aegis and Zaryu and all of them. They've got some nice clean 2 bars. I don't even know how they do that. And like I said, I keep mine as simple as possible. I like mine. Mine's clean. It doesn't seem or feel like a lot to me, right? And the way that I kind of organize it, and I'm just, again, this is what I do. Obviously, do what's best for you, but this is a very simple, clean UI. I keep kind of my attacks on bottom row, the original 1 through 9, and then shift 1 through 9 is going to be kind of my heals, my control 1 through 9, a little bit like dispels and disper prayer for my big heal. Over on my left is when I use kind of like the letters, like R is for my feather, and I just have a macro to drop a feather directly on me. I should probably have another one where I can drop a feather out in the field, but I just prefer to have those more on the defensive side. I have a macro to cry, and cry on people's shoulders, whenever you beat them in the middle of a game. That's just being toxic. C, my trinket. Every class, it doesn't matter what I play, my trinket is always C. If you haven't set up keybinds and you're a clicker, highly recommend getting into keybinds, and I can recommend you a mouse, and I'll do so here in a second. I'll have a link down in the description below. This is the mouse that I use. I use a Red Dragon. It's an MMO mouse. It's like 30 bucks on Amazon. Again, I will link it in the description. I've had mine for 2 years now, no issues. Again, 30 bucks. There's some really good brands out there. I think Razer, Logitech, or I don't know what any other brands. They've got some out there. But I mean, for 30 bucks, especially as just like you've never used one before, it's so cheap to get it and to try it out and see if you even like it. And then if you want the more expensive, the cooler brand, whatever, go splurge. That's what I use, anyways. But yeah, I try to keep my keybinds all similar, right? So all my, and I'm pretty sure I said this in another video, but like my CCs are always D and Shift 7 if I have two, right? If I have any buffs, I'm going to go kind of like Shift 1, Shift 2, or Shift 8. These are a little bit more defensive on the priest, I know. Drinks are always Shift S. My buffs are always up in the alts, and my mounts are up in the alts. My, kind of defensive, like runaway, is F, always. Or R is for sprint, any movement abilities. C is always my trinket. Shift C is always my my racial. And so with like a keybind mentality like that, it's easy to swap classes because the same concept of spells are always placed on the same buttons, even if they're slightly different. It's the same thing when I go and play monk, right? Like my twirl, my like little runaway twirl is R. My leg sweep is D, and then my ROP or my sleep is S7. Alright, so I try and keep everything general, and then obviously the heals are going to go. Like, my massive heal is always 8 or 9. I don't know why. That's just what I've always been kind of accustomed to. And so that's just the way that I have a keybind mentality. And then the other thing, right, I keep my frames up here when it comes to UI. If you want to move them down to the middle where your eyes generally are, you could. This is just what I do. I keep it up here. I keep it mainly default. Right, because these are the big things that I kind of focus on and worry about. My eyes generally are right here. I'm playing, I'm looking here for a second, then I'm back here watching my team, glance down here, see what's going on, boom, I'm right back. And then if I'm going to go be aggressive, I'm looking over here. Who am I going to fear? Right, and go and hit that fear. And then obviously this is big and glowing. You kind of can't miss it. The other thing that I do want to kind of share with you is just going to be the add-ons. Add-ons I use: S Arena Reloaded, Mini CC, better Blizz plates, and better Blizz frames. Those are going to be the 4 action combat add-ons that I recommend. The other 2 to 3 add-ons, Arena Analytics, I just found out yesterday that it's working again. This one's sick. It's just nice to be able to go in and review gameplay and be able to see, let me turn off this real quick. Let me go to my add-ons and turn off the tests. Right, being able to go into the analytics and see games, and see your rating. You can see your teammates, see who you played, see their rating, see your MMR. So I really do appreciate, this, being able to just go back, just take a look and see. PvP hub is also super nice. I can see all the honor between my characters. I can go and see the conquest, the bloodstones, the rating, the MMR, my win-loss. Right, I can see a little bit of everything, dived in. I can see my solo shuffs. So yeah, I do recommend those. Leatrix is cool just for like automation, social. This one's just like a quality of life. I always get that. Leatrix maps, Leatrix plus, whatever. But yeah, kept it really nice, short, sweet for you guys. That's going to be my basic, like the absolute basic kind of understanding of UIs, if that was something you were looking for. I don't do anything fancy or special. I know a lot of people that do. So again, do what is best for you, but that is what I recommend. It's also my keybind philosophies, in terms of like, the buttons mentality, if you will, and the add-ons that I actually use and will be using going into midnight. Appreciate you guys. Again, I will drop the mouse in the comments below. I am also going to drop the Discord if you guys are open to joining in the Discord, just to keep up to date with me, videos, and everything going on with the Disc Priest community as we kind of build this up. Appreciate you guys, and peace.